Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Yeah, so I have a spouse that we just got married maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and he's super financially irresponsible.
You're just finding that out, or you kind of knew it before?
I'm really kind of just finding it, the brevity of it out, how deeply rooted it is.
What's that mean? Tell us what that looks like.
Well, here's a couple of examples. So he's behind on his child support because the job that he had was a contract job. And so they'll contract for a few months and then they'll be without work for a few months. Well, then he got another contract job and he got into a dispute with the guy there and ended up losing it. So his child support is in like arrears, and he could even, like, if they found out, I guess he could go to jail. I don't know what the process is for child support not being paid on time, but that's just like one thing. So when it comes to like the money, when he gets paid, he wants to go get his hair done, or me to get my hair done. And I'm like, okay, we need to sacrifice this little bit of money so that we can actually take it and start paying off debts. Like, he also has a car that's in his mom's name that's out for repossession. And so he,
Wow.
he tries to keep it hidden so it doesn't get repossessed. And like, it's just like
so
the little things.
How
like,
long did you guys date before you were married 4 months ago?
Not very long at all. We kind of met and then we just got married like a very short period of time afterwards.
And how old are you two?
I'm 41. He's 52.
Ooh, that makes it worse.
Sounds like a story of two 20-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
I know, really it does.
Okay.
And you just, so it's like you didn't know all of this, and now that you're living together, it's starting to be revealed what's really going on.
So when you sit down and talk about it, how does it go?
He gets angry about it. For example, he just started this new job and he wanted to buy a shirt because his shirts from the job hadn't came through yet. And I'm like, well, let's get the cheapest shirt when we were at Walmart. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, I want to get this shirt because it's better than this one or whatever, which was a little bit more. And I'm like, well, get the cheaper one till you get, the one from the job. So every little bit of money that you can save and not spend matters. Mm-hmm. He's like, why do you gotta always argue with me? Why you guys gotta make a scene? And I'm like, I wasn't making a scene. It's like he always refutes everything I say.
You don't have a money problem, darling.
Meet Every Dollar budgeters Christy and Steve. Their life is chaotic, but their money is simple because they budget with Every Dollar.
Budgeting with the spreadsheet took a ton of time.
But now with Every Dollar, I can do a budget in 5 minutes.
And tracking purchases is just as simple.
It's so freeing to know exactly where your money is going.
It just takes that stress out of the day-to-day life.
You got this, Hannigan family. Every Dollar. Create your free account today.
You don't have a money problem, darling. You got a husband problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm. And there's part of this. Here's a piece of advice.
When you're arguing in Walmart,
right,
over a shirt, we know the marriage is in trouble.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But a piece of advice that you might try, because I don't, you still gotta try here for a minute.
Oh yeah.
A piece of advice is not having this conversation in the moment. Like not having the conversation in the moment that the bad behavior is taking place, but setting aside a time that has nothing to do, nothing's happened. You just say, hey, let's go get breakfast. Like it's just a normal thing that you're going to do. And then you say, here's some of the things I've been thinking about. And as much as you can put it towards you, here's what I'm thinking about. I'd really like to feel a little bit more peace financially. Some of the things I've been thinking about, right? And it's not saying you're spending too much on this, your child support's due, you're, irresponsible. Not that you've been saying that, but that's clearly the way he's feeling it, even though he is irresponsible. I'm with you. But how can we have that conversation in a way that possibly he could receive it? And I'm not guaranteeing you that he will receive it, but that's a better...
The hope that you've got is you guys, the Bible has a phrase that says, where there is no vision, the people perish.
The people perish, yes.
And what happens is you don't have a vision for your marriage and you don't have a vision for your financial future that you're aligned on. And so if you're up above the problem, looking at the ideas and saying, okay, we want to not be in repo. We want to be able to buy a shirt and not think about it. We want to be able to retire with dignity. We want to be able to pay our bills and not have financial stress. We want these are our vision things. Okay, then what does those vision then lead us to? What principles do we need to implement? Well, we need to sacrifice. and we need to live on less than we make, and we need to be on a written plan. And in order to accomplish the principles, the vision that we've agreed to. Instead, you guys are down in the ditch fighting about a Walmart shirt.
Right, and it's not just Walmart shirts.
I know,
like,
darling, but that's a metaphor for this whole thing.
Right. No, I got you.
And so if the two of you can't rise up above what is your functioning, I'm not sure you are personally, but the stories you've told me, we got married in 30 seconds, and the way you've addressed these things and the way he's behaving, all of these are indicators of immaturity.
Mm-hmm.
And at least in those moments, you were immature. Short-term thinkers, not long-term thinkers. That's what maturity is. And so, and that's a lack of vision. And I'm not saying you are that person. I'm saying in those moments you were. I might have been immature this weekend, okay? So I'm not saying it's a momentary thing. But if he is, as a category, financially irresponsible and immature, that's a large problem. The only way you're going to fix that is for the two of you to get above that and have a long-term thing that we're willing to build together towards. If you can't accomplish that by the two of you talking about it above the problem, not talking about the symptoms, let's get above the problem. And if you can't get that, then you probably need to sit down with a good marriage counselor, and I kind of think you probably do.
I think so too.
Yeah. Like she said, I've actually said, let's schedule some time to talk about it, and he kind of brushes it off or gets really adamant about and angry and yelling and stuff.
Oh, he feels really threatened.
Yeah,
and exposed.
And he has a car. He has a car that doesn't work that's got 200,000 miles on it, and I'm like, well, at least sell that and get a couple of $1,000. Well, I don't want to sell it. It's going to be worth some money when I get it fixed up.
What you're saying, and I understand why you're saying that. Why it's not working is you're telling him what to do. And I get it. From a logical perspective, you're like, it's easy. Why wouldn't he just do this? Why wouldn't he do that?
He asked me what to do, and I'm like, here's my thing you should do. Don't ask me if you don't think I should give you my opinion about it.
Yeah, I think you guys don't know how to do conflict. What I think we ought to do is
I think we ought to agree on some principles, and the principles will tell us what to do. The principles will say, buy the cheaper shirt at Walmart, or just wear one you got till the new ones come in. The principles will say, sell the old car. The principles will say that a responsible grown man doesn't short his own children. He catches up on his child support. The principles say we're going to sit down together and map out a life that has peace and sustainability and love and not all this angst and disrespect. He feels very disrespected, and you're scared because you think you've signed up for a bad trip here.
Yeah.
Exactly. And let me just add this. So I met him because I have two properties, and one of them I was Airbnb out. So I started Airbnb my property out, and he was like my first guest. And he ended up like taking to me and liking me and fixing stuff around the house. And then, we kind of didn't really date, but we got married shortly thereafter him becoming a guest here. And I'm like, did he just need a place to stay at? Like, I don't know.
You're starting to feel used. Yeah. So again, to save this, you've got to get above it. Otherwise, it's not going to be saved. Because I don't give you 2 years.
Counseling is a must.
Max. You do need a marriage counselor in your corner. And they can help. Hopefully, they can walk you through it, hon. Create your free every dollar budget today. The simplest way to budget for your life.